Holy crap, you guys. Howdy everyone. I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful summer evening out here on the river. It's about 7 p.m. right now, so I've got a couple hours of fishing before the sun sets. And I have to make my way back downstream here. The water's moving a little bit fast, so I'm going to work my way upstream. That way I don't bite off more than I can chew when the time comes to turn around and head back to where I started from. I just turn around and let the current bring me back. So we're going to see if we can find a few smallies out here today. It's mid-July. It's not exactly prime smallie fishing time yet. We've got about a month before then. Usually late August, September is prime time out here on the river, but we're going to see if we can find a few. Got my favorite lure tied on for river smallies, the Whopper Plopper 75. Tried a lot of different prop lures the past couple of years, and honestly, none of them can hold a flame to this Whopper Plopper. I mean, this thing is as close to topwater perfection as I think I've ever fished. For one, it just flat out works. I mean, I have fewer problems with this lure than any of the other prop lures I've tried. I don't know if they use a titanium wire on the tail of this thing, but it seems like all the cheaper ones, I spend several minutes after every fish trying to bend that wire back. I don't really seem to have that problem with the Whopper Plopper. That, and it's got that rubberized tail, so when I'm out here beating the banks with it, casting that thing into boulders and logs, I don't have to worry about that tail snapping off. One other little thing, I don't know if I can even show this on the GoPro, but where the two pieces meet, a lot of the prop style lures, I mean, it's just a flat cut off there. The Whopper Plopper, the tail piece, it has kind of a convex point that comes out into a little bit of a concave section of that body, and that just helps to kind of flush the weeds out of there to prevent them from getting caught where those two pieces meet in the first place. So that Plopper 75, I mean, it's probably the most expensive prop style lure like that, but to me it's well worth it. I mean, I just spend so much less time messing around with the lure, pulling weeds out of that tail, trying to bend the wire back straight, and so much more time actually fishing it. And I mean, that just obviously leads to catching more fish when you spend more time with the lure in the water. That, and when I'm out here all day making thousands of casts, if 2 or 3 out of 10 casts are getting caught with weeds, I mean, it gets frustrating by about the 500th time I'm pulling weeds off that lure. Like I said, the design of the tail on that Whopper Plopper helps prevent that from happening, so I don't have to pull junk out of the tail of that lure too often. It's just a fun lure to fish, especially when those fish are really hitting topwater. Lots of explosive action with the Whopper Plopper. We'll see if we can find a few willing to smash it out here this evening. I'm just going to work my way upriver, maybe a mile or two. I want to get back behind this little patch of grass right here. Well, there's a smallie. Oh, that's a really nice one too. I don't even know if I was looking in the direction of my lure when he hit, but oh, that was probably a 19, 20-inch fish, I bet. I barely had him hooked. Well, that's a good sign, even though I didn't get that one in the net. Those fish are definitely interested in topwater. Maybe I didn't stuff it up there far enough. There we go. Oh, there was one in there. I missed him though. Oh, whoops. Got him. What have we got? Well, that's not much consolation for the one that I had shake it a little bit ago, but got one in the kayak. Get us on the board at least. Little baby smallies. See, I do catch some small fish. Never know. This spot up here should be holding something. It's usually a nice smallie or two hanging out off of this big downed tree here. Oh, it's kind of shallow looking up there today. Oh, there was one up there. What the heck was that? I got that one. Oh, dang it. Another one. Shook it. I just can't keep those big ones hooked today. Holy crap, you guys. That was a giant smallie. I'm pretty sure that was a smallie. Was it? Oh my gosh, my heart is just racing. Oh, I think that was a muskie or pike. I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, these hooks on this thing even sharp? I don't know. I talked up the Whopper Plopper so much at the start of the video, but I can't seem to keep stuff hooked. I think that was a big pike or a muskie. All right, next one that bites. I mean, these hooks feel sharp. I don't know, sometimes they just kind of bite a little bit funny. They're more swatting at it. But if it happens one more time, I'm cutting that one off and just tying on a different one. Maybe I've got a cursed Whopper Plopper. Oh, I did get him. I don't think I hooked him at first there. All right, stay on you. Yeah, this is a decent fish too. It's Still looking to get that first nice one in the net. You get away from that stick. Just trying to look for cover to swim into over there. Come on up here, you. Come on. Right in the net. Yes, we got one. Finally got one in the net. It's been a struggle so far today, man. That's a nice smallie right there, though. I'll toss him on the measuring stick. About 18 3/4. Nice. Yeah, that's the kind of fish I was hoping to find out here today. That first little one, he was just a bonus. Oh, here we go. He's a decent one. Thought he was just a little guy at first, but I think he was swimming right back at me. I'll get my anchor dropped so I don't go floating too far here. Oh, yeah. There's just such fighters in this current. Oh, come here, you. There's a decent one on the plopper. Just got him by the gill plate there, it looks like. Beautiful fish though, just hanging out. There's a little bit of slack water up along the bank over there. It's really the type of spots I look for. Those smallies to be sitting in. Most of the time if you toss your lure up there, they will not hesitate about smashing it. All right, well, we got a couple in the net. I still think that first one I hooked into today was probably the biggest one I've seen, but it's tough to say. Sometimes they look a lot bigger before you get them in the net. Yeah, both those ones that I've actually caught now, they both hit that plopper kind of light too. So, I mean, it's not a big surprise that I'm having a couple shake it tonight too. They aren't really smashing it full power like they could be. He came back for it. Nice. Well, my anchor doesn't want to drop all the way. There we go. Must have some dirt caught in it or something. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. This is not good. Oh, my rod's caught up in the tree there, but hey, we got another fish in the net. Well, I think I've caught as many as I've had shake my lure now, so I don't feel quite as bad about missing the first couple nice ones. Still wish I could have got that real big fish, whatever it was, close enough to at least see it. But hey, we're getting some action on the plopper. Having a good old time out here on the river. See if I can get my other rod out of this tree without breaking it. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. Clear myself from any obstacles. Bit of a challenge in this current today. There we go, got him in the nets. I'm gonna get myself up next to shore here and get my anchor dropped so I don't float downstream 100 yards. That ought to hold us. Alright, I've got my anchor dropped. Keep my drift to a minimum. Look at that. Beauty of a smallie. We'll throw that one on the measuring stick. About 18.5, maybe just a hair shy. I'm getting some nice ones out here today though. That's a decent smallie right there. That was pretty cool. Try to get that fish out of those weeds, and we got him out of them. All right, come back up here now. Get in my net. There we go. Uh-oh. Clear myself from the obstacles here real quick. And we'll take a quick look at that guy. Beauty of a fish. And I'm not going to measure him since I'm drifting along here. I try to keep myself from floating into that kind of stuff. That's my main priority. From the bank just a little bit, get my kayak turned back into the current so I can get my lure cleaned off. Yeah, this Whopper Plopper is just such a great lure for river fishing when the current is moving pretty quick like this. I mean, just like that one I just caught. A lot of these fish, when they're tucked up in little current breaks, they're just waiting for something to come by they can come out and eat. So usually all I got to do is toss that plopper up there, give it a couple little twitches, get it plopping a little bit. And if there's something up there, they'll usually come out and smash it. It's a nice way to fish them when the current is moving fast like this though, because you really have limited time to get that cast off and work it before you start drifting back with the current. There we go. Nice fish. on back here, you. Oh, just digging for the weeds. Get in my net. Whew. All right, I'm gonna drop my anchor. Stop my drift here. Wow, look at that fish. What an exciting fight, man. I love it when they go airborne. We'll toss that guy on the measuring stick real quick. About 18.5. Seems to be about average size for those decent fish when I hook into them out here. Nice one. Here we go. Because I was barely paying attention there. I was just kind of looking off toward the next spot I want to go hit. Hopefully I got the strike on camera. I'm not going to go into the trees here. Look at the color of this fish. This is a weird colored fish here. Look at that. He's almost purple looking. That is really weird. Never seen a smallie quite that color before. Crazy. We're going to stop back at this tree here and give it a couple of casts. I am working my way back downstream to my vehicle. It's just right around the bend there, but the sun is set. I'm about out of daylight. Just looking for one more smallie to finish the day on. And it'll be time to paddle back to my truck. I'm parked along the side of the highway there, so I'd like to get my gear loaded up before it's pitch black out. Oh, well, there's definitely one up there. I don't know, maybe it was that same one I hooked before and he came out and gave a little smooch, and then he was like, wait a minute, I remember you. Then he decided not to. I don't know. Just a theory. Come on. There we go. Nice. Let's see if we can get this one in the net. It'll make up for the one I lost over here earlier. It might even be the same fish. Yeah, he absolutely T-boned that plopper. Look at that. Beauty of a smallmouth. Yeah, it's about the same size as the one that I had to shake my lure over here earlier. It's probably that same fish. Well, we got redemption for that one at least. Good 18-incher. Nice. Well, I think that's going to be the one that we call it a day on. I'm about out of daylight. I think it's about time to make my way back to my vehicle. Well, it's been a fun day out here. Still kind of wish I could have landed that first fish over here that shook my plopper. That one looked like it was a little bit bigger, and then whatever that mystery fish was that I hooked into on the other side of this tree earlier. Pretty sure it was a big pike or a muskie. So it's kind of a rough start today, but we made up for it with a handful of nice smallies on that Whopper Plopper 75. That's always such a fun way to catch them. Yeah, we got on some exciting topwater action out here this evening. So I had a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thanks for coming along with me again. I'll see you next time.